Hi everyone, it's Linda. If you've been to the grocery store lately, you know prices are crazy. A lot of families are struggling right now, and trust me, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to share real simple ways to save money on groceries right now. Things I personally do every single week to stretch my budget. We're going to talk about shopping smarter, using markdowns, building a freezer stash, and how to create small stockpiles now that SNAP benefits are being reinstated, so that if they ever get delayed again, you're not caught off guard. But if you're not on SNAP, this can also apply to you for weather events or when you maybe have a big bill that you don't want to take, you have to redo money and that sort of thing. By having that cushion, you could lower that week's food bill and be able to pay that bill. So that's what we're going to talk about. And if this video helps you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. I share realistic budget meals and kitchen tips every single week. So let's get started. Shop multiple stores. Don't overdo it, but this is a simple strategy. Shopping more stores not only lets you take advantage of those loss leader sales at one store, maybe the more expensive store like my Shaw's, and then go to the less expensive store, Aldi, for the bulk. Okay. So, and I don't mean driving all over the place. I know my grocery stores are kind of clustered within about a 3-mile radius. So that's what you want to do. So on those loss leaders, it might be 99 cents per pound chicken, or potatoes for $1.50 for 5 pounds, or cheese for $1.77 a chunk or whatever. I plan a lot of my meals around those loss leaders. You don't have to shop the whole store either. Just grab the deals and leave. That alone will save you $20 to $40 each week. How's that for being in your pocket? Number 2, let's look for markdowns and clearance items. I am always checking for those yellow stickers or those red stickers that are reduced or clearance. And this could be meats, this could be discounted produce and dairy that's about to expire, all of it. If it's meat with a markdown, buy it, freeze it. If it's produce that needs to be used up really quickly, cook it today or tomorrow, or chop it up and freeze it. I found ground beef, chicken, pork chops, sometimes 50% off, just because it's the last day before the store has to pull it. And a little tip for Thanksgiving, check for your fresh turkeys the day after or 2 days after Thanksgiving. I have found those for 29 cents a pound. And what I do is I cut it up and I throw the pieces in the freezer and I use them. Where are you going to get 29 cents a pound meat? And right now, turkeys are on sale, even the frozen ones, for 47 cents a pound in my area. That is cheap meat. So sometimes you just buy a little extra of it. Okay, number 4. Now let's talk about something really important. With benefits being reinstated, but also to just build up a little food cushion, build a stockpile right now as you go along. A lot of families just went through weeks of benefits being delayed or cut. It was stressful. So let's build a simple, affordable stockpile so that something like this ever happens again, you have food on hand. If you lose your job, you have some food on hand. If you have a big bill to pay, you have some food on hand. So let's talk about how we do that. Add 1 or 2 extra items each week. If green beans are on sale, corn's on sale, and you eat green beans and corn, then buy a can or 2 extra. This I got from Price Right. It is 4 for $1 right now. So a case of 12 is $3. It's an easy way. If you have a price like right near you, it's corn and green beans. I bought a few cases, just have it on my pantry shelf because we do eat green beans and corn. So have a few extra. Right now, you can go to Aldi. They're 50 cents a can there. Good price, so stock up on it. But think about some of the things that you eat that is shelf stable that you can add to. Canned veggies, beans, rice, pasta. Aldi had their summer multicolored rotini on sale. Italian pasta, 25 cents a pound on clearance. I bought 8 pounds because I knew that my kids would eat them and that sort of thing. And it was an easy thing to stock up. And the date on it was 2027. So I knew I had a long time to use it. But oats and peanut butter, canned chicken, tomato sauce, things that you would eat, you want to add maybe a can or two every once in a while. Maybe add 1 can every single week if you can on something. But stock, what I said was stock what you eat. If you don't eat spinach, don't buy spinach, okay? And a can. You're not going to eat it. But build it around meals that you already make. If you make pasta, get the pasta when it's on sale. Pick up an extra pound when it's on sale. If you like tacos, buy an extra thing of taco shells when they're on sale. The same thing with things to make soups and casseroles. And you incorporate those to use up those little leftovers so that nothing goes to waste. Also, use sales to build your freezer stash. Whenever meat is cheap, that's the time to grab it. Chicken leg quarters routinely at my Walmart are 89 cents a pound. If you have it in your budget, pick up some, throw some in the freezer. What I do is I take the back off and I also I cut the drumstick and the thigh, and then I package them up in meal size. The backs end up going into a bag for stock and chicken soup, and the rest go in for meals. It is an incredibly cheap way to buy. But how about pork loin when it's on sale for maybe $1.69, $1.49? I've even seen it, not lately. Or ground turkey whenever it's on sale. If you like the chub packs of ground turkey, Walmart has them routinely on sale in my area for $1.98, I think it is, a pound, and so does Price Right. So, and then you can also take those, portion it, label it, boom, you have protein for weeks in your freezer. And then aim for a 2 to 4 week backup supply of some of the things that you eat. This is going to help you just in case someone loses a job, someone gets sick, there's bad weather, SNAP benefits get cut, whatever, okay? So what does that look like? 7 to 10 proteins, that'll be good. 10 to 15 starches, like your rice and your pasta and your potatoes. 15 canned veggies. Like I said, right now, great time to buy them. 50 cents a can, or if you have a Price Right, 4 for $1. Maybe a few sauces and spices and bouillons and some freezer meals that maybe you've prepared for some freezer meals and have those in the freezer. Or you've had leftovers. You made too much pasta sauce and pasta. Put it in containers, throw it in the freezer for those weeknights that you might not want to cook or whatever. But seasonal deals, cranberry sauce this week at my Price Right was 49 cents a can. I could only get one with that, but you know what? That's a pretty good deal. So I picked it up because my family loves cranberry sauce and it is cheapest now. And they love cranberry sauce when I cook any kind of poultry. Okay, let's talk about rotating your stock. First in, first out. Remember, you need to rotate that stock. Use up the older items first. Keep the stockpile organized so things don't expire. Remember, we want to use up all the food. We paid good money for that food. We want to use it up instead of throwing it in the garbage. So let's plan some meals around sales and not just desires. This tip alone is going to save you the most money, okay? Because what's on sale is most of the time, one of the cheapest parts, especially those loss leader sales. Don't just eat what you're feeling like for the day. If chicken potatoes are inexpensive, then it's chicken potato week. If pasta's on sale, you're going to have a couple of pasta meals that week. Trust me, this adds up fast and it will drive down that food bill. Check unit prices. This is a biggie. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it is cheaper per unit price. And then sometimes when you have a coupon, it is cheaper to buy the smaller ones. Because sometimes you'll get it for free or sometimes you'll get it for pennies and it ends up being cheaper. So look at those unit prices. Speaking of coupons, use the loyalty, the programs and the apps and the digital coupons. Clip your digital coupons before you shop and look if you can stack some of those savings. Join loyalty programs. You can save a lot just by doing that, especially stores like Shaw's and Kroger and Price Right that have those loyalty programs. I'm going to tell you one thing here. I love this chicken. This is Springer Mountaineer chicken. So routinely my market basket has it on sale for either $1.29 a pound or $1.49 a pound. Not the rock bottom price that I normally get, but I do like that chicken. But what happens sometimes is they mark it down to 99 cents a pound. And they sometimes have coupon pads there. And so I take a couple of coupons and wait until it is on sale for $1.29, $1.49. And those coupons tend to be $1.50 off a package. So this particular package was $2.08. So I spent 58 cents for that package of chicken. So by combining sales and that coupon, I'm getting the most bang for my buck. So the eighth thing is cook simple and filling meals. Eggs, now that they're in my area under $2 a pound, not a pound, $2 per dozen, they're an economical protein again. But how about beans and rice and potatoes? These are your budget staples, and these are the stretchers. And leftovers, repurpose them. Last night I made tacos. I had about a little over a cup of taco meat left over and a little bit of chopped onion and peppers and cheese. So what did I do with that? I added a small can, one of those small cans of tomato sauce, and added a big can of black beans and some stock that I had, and I made a taco soup. And that fed us last night, and it was really good. And it is feeding me for lunch today. So use up those leftovers, repurpose them. Roasted chicken ends up being chicken pot pie and also chicken stew or chicken soup. Just stretch those proteins in those meals. You can make fried rice and soup, like I said, casseroles, wraps, whatever stretches what you already have. Okay, here's some rapid fire bonus tips. So don't shop hungry, because all of a sudden that Reese's peanut butter cup will look really good. And so just make sure that you're not hungry when you go shopping. Stick to your list. If you have a list, just stick to it unless you see a really great deal out there. So case in point, a few months ago, I had my list and I went into Shaw's, which is an Albertsons company, and they had boneless, skinless chicken breast for 99 cents a pound. When do you ever see boneless, skinless chicken breast for 99 cents a pound? Never. So I bought 20 pounds. And it was going to expire in a couple of days. So I bought 20 pounds, packaged it up, threw it in the freezer. My daughter uses it all the time. I bring some up to her. I have used some here. So that was a sale that I could not beat, and it was unadvertised. So I just bought it. Shop the outer aisles first, because that's where your fresh stuff is. And usually when you shop like I do, those are the areas that I typically need to shop in because I have so much in my pantry because I've been doing these principles for a while that I'm just buying the deals and the fresh things that I need. If you are somebody who typically overspends, bring cash because you have a finite amount. If you're okay with credit cards and paying them off at the end of the month, then go at it. But some people need to use cash because they overspend. So do that if you need to. Check your pantry before shopping. Like if I went out and I said, oh, green beans. Oh, I need green beans. No, I don't because I have 24 cans of green beans. Don't need green beans because I do. That's how I end up shopping, especially for $1. And have a weekly use it up night. Those are meals that save money because you clean out the fridge, you're not throwing it out. And typically my husband and I will do that on a weekend. We'll just be, okay, let's clean out this refrigerator. We've got a little bit of chicken with potatoes here, and I've got a steak with rice here. Which one do you want? And I'll have the other one. That's how we clean it up. So really, saving money is on groceries. It does not need to be overwhelming. With just a few smart habits, you can stretch your budget and build a stockpile and feel more prepared for whatever comes your way, whether it's weather, whether it's SNAP, whether it's unemployment, whatever, or a bill that needs to be paid. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up so more families can see it. Comment your best money saving tip. I love reading the comments. So comment. And don't forget to subscribe because, you know what? I do a lot of budget-friendly meals and kitchen tips, and you'll learn a lot. And you know what? Subscribing, that is where you really have a heart. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.